Alright, this is the Gold and Silver Pokemon review. I'm going to talk about some of the major Pokemon from Gold and Silver that I have for Diamond and Pearl. First of all, we've got Typhlosion. He's a fully evolved fire starter from that game. He's actually the only fire starter that stays only fire throughout his entire evolution. The only one. He's pretty cool. He's fast. He's got high special attack. And as for Alligator, he is a pure water type. I think he has actually high attack and defense. It's kind of one of the few Pokemon that looks like it'd eat me. Chikorita, pure grass. More of a defensive-minded Pokemon. Then you've got the big guy himself, Tyranitar. Tyranitar is dark and rock. He's kind of the Dragonite of his game. Fighting Pokemon are 4 times super effective against him, but he's very powerful and is still used today in competitive battling. Heracross, another one used in competitive battling. You can actually defeat your entire team if you're not careful. He's fighting and bug, which is not something they ever did before and they've never done since. But if you do it good the first time, there's no reason to do it the second time. Ash actually had a Heracross in the anime. Skarmory, one of the examples of steel. He was a steel flying type, which is kind of odd, but very, very high defense. In the 3rd generation, he just kicked ass, apparently. Xatu, who is a psychic flying type. Again, not something that's ever really been used again. It's kind of a weird one. Jumpluff, who I like for no good reason. He's a fast, flying, and grass type. It's actually a 3-stage. It's one of the ones you can get early and keep training. And Boros, another one that came early and keep training. A 3-stage electric type, the first. High special attack. He pretty much, I mean, whenever you fight the Elite Four, you pretty much need an electric type, and he fit the bill in Gold and Silver. Magcargo, a rather slow, high defense, rock and fire type, which I always liked, but he's so damn slow and water affects him so much, it really isn't too useful. Houndoom, fire and dark. He's pretty badass. He's got high speed and special. He's kind of a special sweeper. Steelix, the rock and steel type, prime example of a steel type, very high defense. Umbreon, one of the few pure dark types in the game series. Evolution of Eevee, very high special defense and poster child for special defense. It's actually still used today as a defensive type. Espeon, the psychic type Eevee evolution, which is pretty sweet. Velosoom, one of the few Pokemon that could evolve from Pokemon that already evolved. Like, that could evolve. Basically, you had a choice now with Gloom. You could evolve into this thing or Vileplume. This was a pure grass type, which was nice to see. Politoed, again, the same as Blossom. You could evolve a Poliwhirl into this or a Poliwrath. Politoed was a pure water type and has higher special attack than Poliwrath. Crobat, a very, very fast, generally all-around good Pokemon. This was evolution of Golbat that didn't exist in the first game, and you had to evolve him through friendship. You basically had to do certain actions that would raise its happiness score until he basically evolved. Again, very, very fast. This is Caesar. You evolved him when trading him while he's holding a metal coat. Caesar has higher defense than Scyther, but not as high speed, and will probably be used well in the Platinum scene as he gains a priority steel move. Terafig was one of the ones I liked from Silver and Gold. He's a normal psychic type, which is really weird, but he's pretty good. He along with Stantler were good deer type Pokemon. That's Togepi, the egg type Pokemon first seen in the anime. He's now a 3-stage Pokemon and actually is a pretty good 3rd stage, which I don't have. Snubbull, a normal type that evolves into a Granbull. There's a lot of new normal types, and he didn't really stand out. Fanfi, his evolution was one of the first ones seen in the anime, and actually in the movie. Octillery, a random water type with a bunch of crazy moves. Sudowoodo, he was kind of like the Snorlax of this game, that you had to use an item to get him to move, and you can only have one chance to catch him. He's a rock type. Sentret, this is Gold and Silver's Rattata. Hoot Hoot, Gold and Silver's Pidgey. Ladybug, one of Gold and Silver's Caterpie and Weedle variants. Wooper, would evolve into he is a water ground type, which is kind of odd, but they've done it better since. Spinarak, a fairly worthless bug Pokemon that was basically the Weedle. Meryl, I kind of felt like they tried to make this one the new Pikachu. He's cute, he's water, he's not that great. So that's the Pokemon review for Gold and Silver.